Hello everyone, today I'll show you my component for bills and reminder, and I'll show you how it works, give it a total overview of everything I've done. So here's the main login. I'll click sign in. Uh, so I'll show you my inspect element. Here's this, and I'll go to network. I'll sign in. You can already see bills and reminders is here among all the other things. I will put values, random values, fine. Go inside and here. So it's the main part. You can see built-in reminder here because it's pulling data from my part to dashboard. So here's the built-in reminder part. If I put any value, it will show here. That's why it's here. It's pulling data. So that's my part. I'll click here. Again, it shows here. Add a bill. I'll just write a name. Internet amount. Usually, just do subscription, notes, net. If I click add, it will be added. Look, it's added here. So here's this one. You can mark as paid. Here, mark as paid. Then you see it shows here, mark as paid. Then you can mark as unpaid. It'll go back. Everything works. I will create. I can also set a reminder. I can put an email. I can put a message, I can select a bill that I've created, so I have internet only, that's why it's here in drop down. I'll click this. Then if I click reminder, create reminder, done. See, send. So it also sends an email right here. I can show you sources for everything. The API also works. So basically, like for this one, I'll click bill. I'll just open this. And if I go to source, uh, network, API base. So you can see I have the API is there. So I'll go to network. Right. So first of all, I'll go to dashboard and I'll show you how it gets updated. I have to refresh it, unfortunately. This is how the dashboard was made from their part. I'll give value again, complete profile, and see, here's my value. So it is pulling data. And as for API, I'll show you this SQLite. So So for my backend, I'll show you my API. It's built in here in the URL. So see, you can see my API for builds an app. It's right there. It's my main API for backend, and for frontend, I'll go here and click API.js. You can see here's the API for reminder. Here's API for bills. Everything's here. Everything's within localhost bills and reminder API based URL with Axios. You can see I've made it. It's all everything's there for reminder and for bills, so it works. Then I'll show you my database. So we all agreed on SQL 3 database, so and it's also working. I'll click bills and reminder. So it's the internet one. Let's put it as mark as paid. It is changing here. I'll click add a bill. Add a bill. I'll just do food amount, just anything. Let's do other. In nodes, I'll just add Tesco maybe, and I'll click. So I'll show you before adding it. I'll go to VS Code, and in backend I'll go to the database DB SQLite 3. Here is the previous reminder. I'll go to bill. As you can see, internet, that's the one I put before, right? It's for the recurring one, is for the is paid or not. If it's paid, it's in one. I chose that as paid, so that's it. That's why it's in one. I'll click recurring bill. It's 222 411 2025. If I click add, and if I go here, you can see it's here. Here's the announcement. Here's the food amount, date, other Tesco. For the recurring bill, it's not paid, so that's why it's zero. It changes the values. These are here. You can see the table and everything. So it also works same for the reminder. If I put my mail message, this time for food, if I create reminder, and if I go here in reminder, you can see here's the second one. I'll put same mail, that's why it's different. So that's why I'll look to if I delete one here. If I click delete these two, it's deleted from here. You can see in the network it works. If I go to VS Code, you can see it's empty for the reminder one, and bill is still there. I can delete, it'll go away, and yeah, basically you can see everything's working, everything's fine. Dashboard, and here you can see I use Python. It's Django Python for the main and the backend. Then for front end, it's JSX, AppJSX. Um, this also works. Backend is fine. So yeah, you can see my component is truly functional and it works. I can set up, delete, edit. If I click edit, it'll edit. I can change. I can add, let's say, butter and update. It'll be updated. I can also show you the network right there. I can edit this. I can just put this update. It updates here right there. This in 24. And you can see exactly this thing in the database. If I go to backend and um, SQLite 3, same here, it changes the line, everything. So everything's working. That's what I wanted to show you, my part, and it works. It is integrated with the dashboard and with everyone else like Dept. So I also integrated it. It pulls data from my part. I personally made the integration, and everything's working. So I'd say, yeah, that's what I wanted to show, and that's how my things work. Thank you for watching. See ya.